Hey everybody, this is the Future Podcast pre-alpha series, and we're on to episode 4, Cars, featuring my good friend Jesse.
What's up, everybody? It's been a while.
It has been a
Sorry about
while.
that. That
Yeah.
is unfortunate that it's been so long. And it's all my fault.
It's all
I'm
your
just,
fault,
just gonna, I'm
Jesse.
just gonna straight up tell you it's my fault.
Yeah, there were some scheduling issues that we had last week,
Some
and so we
hardcore
couldn't yeah,
scheduling.
we couldn't me and him couldn't get together on Friday night or Saturday night because of the scheduling issues and interference.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're back at it. We didn't quit. We didn't give up. No, none of that. We're here. We're animals. None of that BS. We're here. We're alive. We're alive, and we're coming at you with another episode because we care for you guys. And this episode is like the topic says it's about cars. So it's gonna be the future of cars, electric, to autonomous, to hell, even having Wi-Fi in your car. How that's gonna be like the norm.
Side note, I love cars. I know a lot. See the behind the scenes and what people see when they drive, like the pieces that they don't see. I love cars. They are a work of art.
They are a work of art.
It's one of the greatest inventions of humanity.
It's one of the like smartest inventions I've ever seen. Like I can't believe like damn another human built this this machine. I can't believe it. I can't believe some human was like super smart, smarter than me to build a machine like this.
Yeah.
Have all the working parts. And so that's why I'm glad I came up with the topic. It was a great topic for Jesse to I don't know, steer the wheel on, you can say. Man the rift because
Yeah.
he knows more about cars than I do. He's a car maniac. He knows what goes into the design, to the engineering, to production. He's just a big fan of cars. He has a and what is it?
With the
Honda's
no.
luxury brand,
Oh yeah, yeah. Acura, which is
Acura. Okay, yeah,
I have an Acura TL.
yeah.
I love the damn car.
All right. What we're gonna get into is probably 5 to 10 years in the future of cars.
Maybe even three minimum, because it's progressing very quickly.
Yeah, quicker than I anticipated, quicker than I thought, actually. And I wonder how it's gonna be. Excuse me. I wonder how it's gonna be seen in the public eye, like a must-have product or something. Like, oh man, it's so cool. This is gonna be revolutionary on not only electric cars but autonomous cars, autopilot cars that can just basically drive itself.
And honestly, you could even say it started 4 years ago when Tesla released autopilot. That was the beginning roots, and it is the beginning roots for autonomous driving.
Well, even in the public's eye, in the public's usage, but even before then, I read an article in 2013 that talked about, oh, what's the future of driving? And the two main topics that came up was electric and autonomous.
Yeah.
So I think autopilot cars, when I say autonomous, I mean autopilot and vice versa. I think most of them should be electric. I would, or at least hybrid, because I would be surprised if they weren't. To be honest, I would be surprised if there was like a high tech car, but it still runs on gas.
The issue with that is if you were to do high tech car and electric, the cost would just go.
Skyrocket. Okay.
It's just the engineering behind batteries, battery packs, the cells. We're not there yet. Batteries are one of the most. It's one of the most lacked like struggling piece of technology we have. We still don't have like phones that last a couple of days like back then. They barely last. You could probably get a good day out of a phone now, but that's pushing it. Like back then, before that, like a battery phone would last like a whole week if we had to charge it.
Yeah,
Battery
because
is the one holding back cars from being fully electric that you could go on for like 1,000 miles. Because we're barely pushing, I think, like 440 miles per rate per charge,
oh
full
really?
charge. Yeah.
And they do they degrade every charge or something or over time?
No, the computer on board has protective measures. Because yeah, like you could, if the car didn't let like protect itself, you probably could burn the battery if you charged it wrong. And charging it wrong is consistently charging it. Like say you got to the grocery store, you come back, and you probably your battery from like 100% down to like 80, and you plug it back in and keep it at 100. That starts degrading that battery really fast.
Oh, but there's mechanisms in place
Yeah.
to
So
not have
like
that happen.
so I think an example would be like if you did that grocery, you lose 20%. The car would probably charge like a percent per hour just so that it's a very slow charge, nothing damaging because you're charging it like right back to 100. Batteries
Wow.
have cycles. You have to, for
Yeah.
the healthy battery, you charge it when it's like low. So like you go 100% down to 40, you could go back up to 100. Down to 20, you could go back up to 100.
Uh-huh.
50 is a little, if you go a little bit over 50, you should let it go down more and then charge it back up. The battery likes to see gigantic changes in its states of low charged and fully charged, not in betweens where it's like, what do I do? Do I degrade? I don't know if it asks itself if it's going to degrade.
It's just the physics behind it, but I don't know the
Yeah,
physics behind it. You're
oh,
the guy
I wouldn't
who
even know
knows
that
it.
either because that's chemical reactions and that's a very complex
Well, knows
one.
more than me about electric cars and how their
Yeah,
battery status works and how
but
their charging works.
electric cars are not slow cars. The only reason is because electricity travels so fast that the electric motors are instantly powered. There's no delay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why you get instant like what we call torque. Torque is the pushing power of a car.
Yeah.
Horsepower is the like top speed.
Oh. The pushing power is how fast it can go to like 0 to 60 and
Yeah, yeah. It's like the feeling you get like when you get pushed back. That's torque.
okay.
Electricity provides torque. And if talking about the speed of electricity, it's in the 100 millions of meters per second. So that is ridiculously fast.
Yeah,
Electricity
299 million meters a
meters
second.
meter. Yeah, it's too fast.
That's too fast. That's the speed of light, literally.
Yeah.
The fastest thing in the universe. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, which is when will this all be available, and especially on the to the mainstream masses like you and I. I'm
Um.
saying 2021. I know Apple has their set date of 2020. You told me you looked that up just now.
Yeah.
2021 to 2023. I like the latest because there may be some hitches down the road
Yeah. Because
or legal issues.
the big manufacturers they want to release cars to the public at that caliber of fully electric. I mean, not fully, autonomous. Sorry, that got that wrong. Hopefully electric too, not just autonomous.
Yeah, that'll be better for
That goes
the
hand in hand.
environment.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I like a lot of manufacturers are trying to push a car out by then, and it makes sense because that is the next generation. That's the next piece to the cars because right now cars are really smart with all the current things they have now. Like you're pretty safe in them now than you were back then. And you can only push it so much to where after that it's just autonomous is the next step. That just has to be the next step.
Yeah, and for the people who don't know, I mean, here in America, we already have cars that brake on their own if you
Yeah,
get too close. We have sensors that even if you park forward or backwards, they can sense how close an object is,
yeah.
even
So you
if you
don't hit
can't
it.
see it. And backup cameras, we have that. We're starting to get cars with Wi-Fi in them.
Well, we've had car with Wi-Fi probably like 2015 or 14. They started pushing that.
Yeah, that was in like luxury cars though.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and the way that works is it starts at the high expensive cars, and it trickles its way down into consumer, no, regular consumers' cars.
Consumer grade vehicles.
Yeah, because like let's take example the push
Same,
button.
same thing with Bluetooth.
Yeah, yeah.
The
But the
push button and Bluetooth.
push button came out like 2006 on a Bentley. Now it's on like your standard Civic, your standard Corolla, whatever
Your
people.
standard Civic has that now.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Like how, but look how long it took.
Yeah, and
2006
my
to
mom's
now.
GMC still has the put it in the hole kind of deal going on. I
Stick
don't
the
know what
key.
year her car is. The
Exactly.
Lexus in 2009 has the push button.
Yeah. It's just
Lexus IS 250, but like a 2000, I think same year 2009, 2007 at the earliest, Escalade does not have the push button,
yeah. It's
which is
it
weird.
kind of weird how
But it's
some of
different
that.
manufacturers.
Yeah, the manufacturers have their own little schedule for how certain things come out on their cars. Like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That is a great thing because it ditches the car's built-in navigation if you have it completely, and it puts your car and puts your phone uh like on there.
Oh, it does even for
Yeah,
well, that's for cars who have it.
like Apple CarPlay came out in 2014.
Oh wow.
That was good because navigations like my TL has a navigation system and it's a 2014. My car
Uh
was not part of that program.
huh.
That navigation system sucks. It is so outdated. They don't update it. They never probably will now. Like there's like new roads and they're not on my navigation. Apple CarPlay
Oh, okay.
is your phone update. That thing is updated because it mirrors your phone. It's like yeah, it's mirroring your phone. You do all the music. Some maps are like starting to see their way into it, like Waze, because Waze people can report when there's police cars around, and you can be safe about that.
That's like cheating. Putting
Yeah,
that on your navigation system of your car,
yeah.
that's like super cheating. You can just do anything, run a red light and be like, "Yep, there's no cops around."
People are
Pretty
looking out for
confident.
each other.
People looking out for each other, and that's not only for cars. That can be like for other people. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if we smoke this, there's no cars around. But in here in California, it's illegal now for 21 and older. But you know, there's like college students just smoke all the time,
Yeah.
and not even then. Like even cities, ghetto cities, people smoke all the time, even high schoolers. But back on cars, I was gonna mention like, yeah, I didn't know about the whole Apple CarPlay and the Android equivalent,
It's Android Auto.
Android Auto.
Yeah.
See, you know, you're more up to date with
Oh,
things like
but
this.
okay, so it gets released 2014. Uh I forget. I think it was Audi the first one to jump on it. Uh, but like let's take example the Camry. That Toyota barely put it out this year, and it kind of sucks because that thing's been out for 4 years now, and they barely put it. Well, like Honda did it last year, but as you can see, it went from like Audi. and it
Luxury Audi.
trickled
That's an
down.
Audi. That's an Audi.
It trickled down to uh
Good Toyotas. I mean,
yeah, your normal Toyotas,
and
even
then your
trucks.
Hondas.
Trucks have them too now. Like and
Trucks have them.
trucks can be a whole different discussion because the way those things have progressed, they're like luxury cars. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're here to talk about electricity and progressors. The progress,
Really?
yeah,
Trucks are like
autonomous.
luxury cars.
Oh yeah, you almost pay for one like that. You pay the price of a luxury car for a truck, and yeah, cars. It's just great what you can have in a car now. The technology, only because it has to progress. You can't have the same car interior for too many years now.
Yeah,
Like
especially
cars
design. We're gonna get into design.
cars get
Design has
updated
progressed.
almost every year now. It used to be every 2, 3, 4 years. They would stick to the same body, change a little bit inside, a little bit outside,
Yeah,
and
they
then in
don't do that
four
now.
years, boom, drop a whole new model or
Four or
like a
five
whole new
years.
revision.
A
Now
remodel.
it's every year or every 2 years you see a new model, a new body type, and the inside is like all redone like crazy, trying to get to that luxury level because they find ways to make it cost effective to have
What?
nice amenities inside without paying the luxury price
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know they get updated now so frequently.
frequently, dude. Like
Crazy, like they're going through puberty. Like they're
every day.
changing so fast. It's their puberty mode, and it kind of is like we're gonna have self-driving cars. Like that's gonna change the whole thing. I was gonna tell you the discussion. Like, how are people gonna manage that? What are they gonna do with their free time now since they have so much free time? With autonomous cars, you don't even need
It's
to
honestly that's
fully
a
autonomous, 100% fully autonomous cars. You don't need to even pay attention to the wheel or the
yeah.
road anymore.
Because though we'll get those after. I think we'll start seeing them after 2023. You're like that was the max date you gave for manufacturers putting out
Uh-huh. Yeah,
almost fully
almost fully
autonomous.
functional
Yeah,
autonomous
you
public
still
car.
have to be behind the wheel though. Uh, yeah, that's a good question because we have no idea the opportunities that opens of not having to drive like all the time you have. I could see like if you travel for work, you could probably clear up so much work because you don't have to drive while you are going while you are being driven to your next destination for work. You could be
Yeah,
finishing catching up work or even be
making phone
doing like finishing
calls,
work right before you get to the place. You
doing
come
your
in like
homework
yeah,
right
basically homework.
doing your homework right before you get to your college class.
And I also feel like maybe the public would be better off too because say you woke up late or you didn't get enough sleep and you have like an hour drive to work or something because you know it's California, you know how that goes. Should
Southern
already know
California. Yeah.
any part of California nowadays.
Is he getting that crowded?
Yeah, it is. You could get a whole 40 minutes of sleep on the way there, and you could be refreshed, like relaxed, like you wake up. You will be to your net. You'll be at your destination feeling way better than when you first woke up
I can
because your
see it.
car took you there.
Yeah, you didn't need a. That's crazy. Your car literally took you there. You didn't need to look at the road, and you're safe. No scratches. No scratches on your car. No scratches
Uh,
on other people's cars. Your car literally took you there. All of a sudden, you were in your driveway. You close your eyes.
oh, you're
You
there.
open it up.
Whoa, we're already here. Damn.
Yeah, your car parks and says, "Sir, you're at your destination." You wake up like, "What in the world?" Boom, you're at your front building of your work. And you're like,
But
"How
we
did I get here?"
can't talk about autonomous cars without talking about Tesla because they are the ones that pushed it so early on. And I understand how and why. I believe I understand because since they don't have to worry about developing the next engine, efficiency with miles per gallon, when you have like an all electric setup, you have room to play with everything else. The amenities in a Tesla are amazing. You have those are really nice cars to be inside of. That I'm sure that autopilot could have been was probably brought sooner because we have resources to work on this now. And
The what?
Tesla,
The amenities?
yeah, the your features inside, your sound system, your safeties, like the sensors, the cameras, those are all amenities. They just
Oh,
things that make
like
your life
Bluetooth? Like
easier. Yeah, yeah,
Bluetooth
Bluetooth
and cup
and
holders.
navigation. Well, hell, you that thing has a web browser built in. You could go on Google, you can go on internet on that car because
What?
of that touch screen, the big touch screen in the middle. Oh, it started there. Yeah,
What?
Tesla is something else, and I think by 2023, Tesla will be the first. Well, probably by 2021, maybe they'll be the first one to have a fully autonomous car because they're so already so in it now. They're so developed in their autopilot now that their progression is beneficiary and very competitive because the manufacturers are barely working on something similar to Tesla. Tesla's already way deep into
Yeah,
it.
they're ahead of the game.
They're
They're the innovators
years
in the
ahead of the
field.
game. Yeah.
Well, I want to see. I'm interested in what Apple's cooking up,
Oh
what
yeah.
they're planning and plotting.
Because
Plotting.
if we know the Apple way, it's gonna work very well.
Yeah, they hire very good
They hire the
engineers,
best of the best. Like they'll take engineers from other people.
and also
Like
what Google's cooking up. Those are the top
oh
two
no,
people. Like
yeah.
I'm not super
Because
worried about Ford or
Google has
Buick.
probably the biggest advantage because of the maps. They know the whole damn world
Yeah, but Google, because
because their
Google,
cars
I
board.
just got up like a great idea. I mean, they have the Google phones, Android phones, and I think Google Maps, the traffic reports that you can get from Google Maps come from their Android phones and Android users
Yeah,
who are in stuck in traffic and slow down. And if
remember
not, they can always
because the
retrieve that data.
Apple has that too. So it's like it's like both of them contribute.
Apple Maps does have that.
No. Apple has Google Maps on their phones too.
Oh yeah. I don't know what happened to just regular maps. I don't like the Apple
Oh, that's a
Maps app.
tricky. That's a tricky thing because it started out so bad. They're like barely catching up. They still got a little bit to go.
Jeez.
They still have crazy routes that shouldn't be taken.
But Google Maps, I mean, both Android and Apple have that integrated and can just share and collect data on people who have their phones.
Actively using the maps, their apps, their respective apps.
Using the apps, not only that, but you just using the phones, having the cellular data and like their location at all times.
Well, no, we can't do that because that's illegally tracking you, and you can't do that.
Oh, you can't do that?
No, you can't track someone unless you
It's,
have probable
yeah,
cause.
location
They,
services
they,
turned
they
on.
broke the they broke the law. Then you have reason to track these people, but no, they can't just randomly do that. Not anymore, because that's not safe.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
because
people are using Google Maps all the time now. Shit.
yeah, but yeah, a lot of people do it. I do it every day, dude. I have to. That traffic is so freaking. Whew. I
You want to
have
get in? You want to know ahead of time, like what's it gonna be?
no. I know. I I've I've probably taken like 100 different routes because of the traffic. I've learned new streets, new areas that I've never ever seen before because of that. Google Maps taking me the fastest way.
100 routes to the same destination.
Yep, school because it's so far. I've been through rich neighborhoods. I've been through poor neighborhoods.
He's been through the ghetto. He's been through the luxury.
Yeah.
He's been through the gangs, the crimes. San Bernardino.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. You don't go through San
No, I
Bernardino.
go there.
You go through where? How long is it usually for the drive?
50 minutes. That's on a good day. Even like the better day, would be like 45 minutes.
Oh damn. And the
Worst
best
days,
day?
no, that is the best. Like 45
45
minutes.
minutes. What about like at 1 a.m. right about now. Like no one's on the street.
Oh, you'd be surprised how many people are on the street still.
Damn.
Oh,
So like
and
45 minutes.
I also hope that autonomous driving will benefit in traffic because it is getting really bad. Let's just like put it in perspective. A few years ago, like when I first started driving back 2014, 2015,
Yeah,
traffic
not too
in
long
the
ago.
morning, well, no, the morning traffic's always been there. But in the evening, afternoon, traffic used to start after 3 p.m. Today, you're on the road at 1:30, you're about to start catching it. You're going to start being a part of the traffic. It's getting earlier and earlier and even later and later. Usually, like I used to have, like in back in that time, 2015, 2014, I had
Yeah.
night class. I get out at 8 o'clock. I will be no traffic on the way home. I get out at
Uh-huh.
8:30 now. I get all the traffic still. I don't. I think till like 9:30 now. There's still traffic.
That's all bad.
Yeah, it's like the gap of free no traffic is getting smaller and smaller. And hopefully autonomous driving will fix that because we all
Crashes,
know
accidents. I mean,
oh
more
yeah,
cars,
accidents too.
more
It'll be more safe. We'll
likely.
be more safer out there because you've seen some crazy ass people swerving, trying to dodge everyone,
Try to just get through, man. They
and
just try to
they
get
and they
through just like
they they
everybody else.
they will cause accidents. 'Cause
They will cause accidents. Not
They
only that,
they'd be like, "Oh, I'm clear." Boom, hit a car. No, you weren't clear.
they just cause like a lot of slowdowns because they cut, and so the guy breaks behind them. The guy behind them breaks, and you just got a lot of stop and go traffic. Just brake, don't
Yo.
brake, and also with autonomous driving, you don't have to deal with that. The car deals with that for you. The
Well,
car deals with
but
all that.
if all the cars are autonomous, I don't think there would be traffic because they're all like, "Oh yeah, let's not do that. Let's not be tailgating each other till someone hits the brakes and then causes a line of traffic."
They'll probably figure like algorithms through like, oh, the
Yeah.
most cost efficient, time
Or
efficient way to get through
another
all this.
way could be this to safely like all the cars connected to each other at a small level for just knowing where they are. Nothing like, oh, who's in that? Like, no, none of that. Just enough connectivity of all the cars together where they know if there's a lot of cars in a certain area. That way they can like navigate without causing traffic with each other. That would be the algorithm that would be safest. And if you were to tap into it, you're not going to get no info out of it. It's
On a
just like,
local level.
yeah. Yeah, like a local area of that part of the freeway.
Yeah, I was thinking like a, I don't know, super futuristic, like I don't like a Tron type of
Whew.
highway where all the cars would be integrated into this center mind
Yeah,
and like a Google mind.
that'd be way. You're talking like 10 years from now,
Like more
20.
than 40 and 100 cars will be connected in the single mine, and it
Yeah.
would be like, oh, this is the fastest, most efficient time saving method for all the cars to go on
Oh,
this one line.
and another thing that's been started already are smart connected signal lights. Audi has already done this. They did it. The only problem is no street has been smart yet. They haven't updated their the light signals or the stoplights. Uh, in an Audi that's in a street where it's all connected, uh, your car will tell you how much time that light will be red for. Like, if it's ready to turn, once it turns red on your car, you'll see a countdown of
Yeah.
how much time is left before that light turns green.
What?
I think that was like 2 years ago. That's pushing beyond the car. The streets can
Two
be
years
connected.
ago? That was just
Yeah,
information just coming left and right.
yeah. It's incredible. Like cars progressing means not just that is progressing. There's a lot of it. Only thing is, I think it'd be more expensive to redo all the lights, all the street infrastructure. It'd just be a hectic setup. but it's already trickling down outside of the vehicles to help you.
Yeah, we just hit the 30-minute mark. We're probably gonna go a little bit more because I want to talk about how autonomous cars and how since people don't have to drive anymore, they don't have to look and brake and everything. They have free time
Yeah,
while
go ahead.
technically being in their while technically driving, or at least being in the car. I think I know this is negative, but I think people won't use that to its potential, to its highest potential. Definitely, I think people will waste that potential. I think they'll be
Oh,
like
waste
before
of
they go to
time.
work. Yeah, before they go to
Oh,
work,
and you know
they'll
what? You know what
they'll
could
get
trickle in
ready.
real quick? Social media. That's exactly what's gonna get wasted on.
Yeah, I feel like people are just gonna look at their phones more because they're bored. They're not driving. I mean, what do you do? Look out of the car and see other people not driving? I mean, what are you gonna do? I feel like they're gonna just watch a movie or watch another episode of Netflix, and that just makes me feel so sad when they can be reading a book or making phone calls or coming up with plans or writing or something more productive. I don't know, arts and crafts, not the same thing over and over and over again. More social media, Facebook, Twitter, more YouTube, more waste time wasting things. Or like drama that's not even like celebrity drama that's they're not even a part of or anything that they just like drama for some reason. I don't really understand people who are into drama like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah.
oh, did you see what the Kim Kardashians are doing?" Like, "Bitch, I don't care what the Kim Kardashians are doing. I
it's,
don't
ir-
care what Kanye West says.
it's
Kanye West is
irrelevant.
crazy." Like, I feel like there's gonna be more of that, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
it's
I don't
not them.
like it. I see it, and I'm like, man, is this how humans really are? Like, if an alien race just tried to come over here and wanted to enslave us easily, social
Social
media,
media.
Wi-Fi, internet, YouTube to distract us, and we'll be fighting each other with racial issues and Trump. Like we'll be fighting each other with just politics and wasting our time on social media and Netflix. Instant gratification things.
Yeah.
And then that alien race can just take over us and we wouldn't even notice because we're too busy fighting each other and distracting each other. I hate it. We're supposed to we're supposed to be humans. We're supposed to be smart. We're supposed to outsmart. I mean, be together and have this deep connection with each other and outsmart any grand obstacle in the way. Outsmart a zombie attack, a zombie
Mhm.
outbreak, outsmart inside invaders and terrorist attacks and war with each other and outsmart outsider attacks, alien attacks. But it seems like our biggest enemy is ourselves. I mean, from pollution to time wasting things like this, and even corruption and greed and how money in the system is made.
Mhm.
It's like, why are we our biggest enemies?
Yeah, there's negatives to autonomous cars. There's negatives to everything. It can
I
never
think there's
be.
gonna be a huge negative to it. I think people are gonna be like, oh, um, free time and oh, it's safer. Like it's gonna be a huge push on oh, it's safer. Like the car would know when to brake before you even know when to brake.
Yeah, it cannot. It can determine that. It
Yeah, it
can
can determine
calculate
the
it.
other cars that maybe you can't even see, but it can see it because it has its sensors and
Oh, there
its
was actually an
sonars.
example of that. Uh, I think the car in front of it was a Tesla. Of course, it was. The Tesla detected that the car in front of the car in front of it, so two cars in front of it,
Yeah,
it was doing something stupid, and I
two
think the
cars
car in
ahead.
front of it crashed into it, but the Tesla didn't crash because it knew. And the owner would have not have noted. He probably would have hit it too.
And that was a public thing. Were they all Teslas connected to each other, or
No,
just
no, no,
that one?
no. It wasn't. No, it was like the car detecting. Um, sorry, hold on. Because I tried. It the Tesla detected that the car in front of that car, something was gonna happen. Like it could see that. it was a little off. You get me? Like it
Yeah.
shot, and
It
this,
predicted it like
yeah,
somehow through its
and
algorithms.
there
I
was a
don't know.
car accident, and the Tesla was not involved because they knew to stop way before they were gonna stop. Because by the time that dude stopped, that was it. They already had crashed.
Yeah, were those cars connected to each other like in a smart frame
No,
kind of
no, they were
thing?
just random
Oh, regular
cars.
cars that weren't
Yeah, a
even
regular car,
affiliated
and behind it was a
with
Tesla.
each other. Yeah, and the Tesla figured it out ahead of time.
And I think, but those two still crashed because because it
Yeah,
happened that
too
way.
late. Yeah, and imagine they get smarter and more interconnected and more advanced technology for even better sensors and better algorithms. So there's going to be a huge push on how safe it is.
Yeah,
Not only that, on how like time saving it is. Like, oh, you don't have to drive and look and be bored driving. Like this is the future of driving right here. You don't even have to drive it. It drives itself. It drives itself. So you can
yeah.
just literally open up your newspaper and read it. But who opens up a
I don't think
newspaper
there'll be
anymore?
newspapers by then.
That's the article I was reading. I read an article about the future of cars before this, and it said, "Oh, you can open up your newspaper." And I was like, "Wait a minute, what? This is off." That was made in 2016, but even 2016, not many people were reading newspapers,
They
physical
still
newspapers.
exist, but they're
Yeah, who reads
it's
them though?
dying. It's a dying. It's gonna die down pretty
It's
soon.
like to me, it's been dead. It's just we're just gonna have to wait and see until all of them are gone. Basically, like a huge chunk of them are gone. Newspapers, because we everything's going digital now. Literally everything, which is a good and bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the most part, I kind of don't like it,
Okay.
but it's probably another topic for another day. Cause like I mean, like in the '90s, where kids had toys, like actual toys, but now everything's on
The
one
phone.
device, an iPad or a tablet or a phone. It's like, why don't you guys have toys? Oh, we what are toys? Like they look at you and like, well, we only got this and that. When in the '90s, it used to be, oh, we got this, that, the other, a guitar, a big old teddy bear, a Play-Doh, Legos, a gaming system. We got darts. We got those army fighting men. But now we live in a different world,
Mm-hmm.
a more social media type world. But yeah, I think the autonomous nature of those cars will
It's gonna spark.
impact humanity in a way where I think literally people are gonna be like watching movies before they get to work. And imagine you just like, oh, 5 minutes before we arrive, Mr. Johnson, and he's just over there eating popcorn, eating, watching the movie, and he's like, oh, okay, gotta go. Like, imagine you just see people in their car still watching the movie, being like, oh, there's only 10 minutes left. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Like, I feel like people's time management will be like, I didn't know this was possible, but like even worse because they don't know how to manage their time because they think it's gonna open up and free up a lot of time, and they can even like put on makeup while they're in the car
Yeah.
and everything. It's like,
Safely put makeup on.
yeah, you can do that, but it's like, why didn't you do that before you got in the car? I mean, before autonomous cars were even a thing, people had to drive cars, so people had to put on makeup before they went into the car and get ready before they went into the car and not comb their hair. I mean, some people do. It's like really in a rush, but most of the time,
Yeah.
here people have to get ready and get changed and everything before they get into the car and roll out. Now I think with autonomous cars, they're gonna have to put on their makeup, deodorant, cologne, comb their hair, the gel, hairstyle, and what else do people get ready? I know for girls, makeups is a big thing, and probably even their hair. They're probably gonna do their hair while they're in the car. So time management will be like, I think, worse for people, even though they think it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I anticipate this, and I'm telling my viewers now about it. So if we ever do predict the future, we can just look back on this video and be like,
Hey, we talked
"Well,
about that.
no wonder I called it the Future Podcast." Yeah, but that's the Future Podcast, episode 4. Yeah, we're rolling on to 41 minutes now, near. And I mean, there was so much else to talk about cars. This is probably just part one of a second series. Are you down to do another one about cars, about the design?
Yeah, I'm down. It's cars. I'll talk about it forever.
Yeah, let's see if we can if we want to talk about cars, maybe that'll be the fifth episode, or maybe episode 4 part 2.
Yeah, however it will, however it. Oh my god.
Just say it.
However,
Just say it, Jesse. You need some time to think about it.
however
I Yeah.
the way it goes, regardless of the way it goes, we're gonna do it.
That was it. You got really tongue twisted on that
Tongue
one.
tied.
It's 3 a.m. It's just about 3 a.m. here, guys. We're beat up, but we wanted to give you guys an episode, and here it is. Hope you enjoy. Peace out. My name's Anthony. This has been the Future Podcast, episode 4, pre-alpha series.
And
Any
we'll
last
see
words, Jesse?
you in the next one.
Ciao.